It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. Where can people find this before we actually start getting more into the book itself? Because we're going to have to really start getting into the book to let people know what's going on.
Well, maybe someday I'll get it in bookstores. Now it's on Amazon, Amazon.com. Hoping to get it into all the big bookstores and get it. Right now it's self-published by Amazon, CreateSpace, and Missing Words Publishing, and hoping to, that it can kind of reach a bigger audience. Right now it's selling kind of through all my Facebook fans and everything like that. But I appreciate all you guys listening, and I appreciate Robert and Eric helping out Robert and I with this. It's really nice of you guys.
And it was also on the chart on Amazon for last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in the top 20 under biographies and memoirs, specific groups, adventurers, and explorers. So that was pretty cool.
So you guys are making it happen by buying it. It's look, it's chart bound. It's heading to the top with a bullet.
You guys are explorers. That's awesome.
You got to watch out for those explorers.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we're explorers.
You should have uniforms.
Swarthy. They could turn on you in a heartbeat.
One guy called. He just started talking to me on the Facebook. Some guy I hadn't talked to in 25 years, and he was like, do you remember the time you took me and you were friends with my older brother, but you took me one day and we went to McDonald's and stuff, and you bought me a burger, and I was really happy, and then we had ice creams
with cheese,
and it was Chris Thomas actually, and Matt Thomas's little brother, and he goes, and on the way home he goes, you took your ice cream, and as you were driving up the street in your truck, you threw it and it splattered all over some guy's chest, and I'm like, I didn't even remember that, but that's the kind of crap that I used to do.
Yeah, well,
I was such an angry little jerk.
It's the same kind of crap we all used to do. I mean, I'll just blanket that, that statement generally, but I mean, I used to. I don't know about you, Robert.
I did. We were rebellious little
a-holes.
Yeah.
See, I do want to talk more about the book, but you do remember lemoning.
Throwing lemons at people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very mean.
That was terrible. We're all going to hell.
It took me about 20 years to pay off that karma. I had really bad luck for 20 years, and now it's finally getting straightened out.
Was that from the lemons, you think?
Well, that's part of it.
Oh, okay.
It was
is that Bienvenida, not Bienvenida, El Medio perch?
No.
Oh, that was the other one. That was the other outpost.
No, I'd fill up my down jacket full of lemons, and then we would ride on my moped or something, and then we would ride up Wilshire Boulevard in Santa Monica and pelt people with these lemons. It was really mean. Well, we threw so many lemons that one lemon actually went into a guy's pocket in his coat, and he stuck his hand in his pocket and pulled out this lemon and looked at it and then made.
So he said, "Thank you, God."
That's right. That's free lemons for everybody.
He said, "This is just what I needed today, a lemon, because it's Friday and I'm Catholic."
And it's Lemon Friday.
Oh, and that reminds me. One time we were up on this building and we had apricots that we got from this apricot tree, and we had 2 shopping bags full of it, and we kept throwing them down on cars onto Sunset Boulevard by Will Rogers. And after a while, under the streetlight, there was about 500 apricots just splattered everywhere along the street. And then one guy was on to us, and he came and kicked over my moped and almost kicked our asses.
You know what's terrible about that is my next door neighbors have a beautiful, beautiful orange tree, and it yields. I mean, there's so many oranges on there, and I always think, God, one of these days I'm going to go say, hey, can I just pick a whole bunch of those because I really want to make orange juice. But instead, I don't, and his kid and the neighbor kid stand on the roof in the middle of the night, and they throw oranges at cars and thinking it's really funny. And I think, hey, you know what a waste. And I think, oh, wait, I used to do that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to make orange juice.
Yeah, as long as the cars don't crash. No.
Yeah.
As long as they don't throw it in my car, I don't care what they do.
As long as people aren't first.
They can throw manhole covers. I don't care.
Manhole covers.
To the book. Let's go to the book.
To the book we go.
One Step Beyond, a Teenage Odyssey in 1980's Los Angeles. It's a big book. Again, there's over 300 pages in this book. It's beautiful. You've got the ISBN number. This thing's bound for stores. It might take a little bit of work, but you know what? You can get it in there. But let's talk more about the book, and maybe even go ahead and do a little reading from that book, just to let people know exactly
Excerpt.
what's going on.
Excerpt.
Is that the word you're looking for, Eric?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're looking
Okay.
for
I was
excerpt.
searching. Thank you for the
Yeah,
help.
sure.
Well, okay. Here's something I could read. At one point in the book, like, you know, everything is sort of falling apart because we're partying too much, we're drinking too much, we're just doing a little too much of everything, and my
still
girlfriend
happening.
breaks up with me, and I'm distraught over that.
What year is this?
This is in '83, and
Oh man.
and so me and my punk rock friends, we go in my truck and we decide to pick up a case of Schlitz Bull Talls.
Oh, God.
So we go to the little liquor store where they'll sell to us even though we're underage. And
Can you name it?
it's a little one, Chinese owned in Santa Monica on like 14th and Pico or something like
Yep.
that.
I know it. Fair
Yeah.
Market.
Yeah, they used to sell.
Yep.
No, Fair Market's on 4th Street. 14th and Pico is different.
14th and Pico. All right. Okay.
Oh,
anyway, sorry.
Jesus. All right, I know the place.
So,
Go ahead.
so
It's
we-
under new management, ladies and gentlemen. ABC, don't worry.
So we end up drinking a whole case of me, this one guy, and this other guy. We end up drinking a whole case of these Schlitz Bull Tall beers, and we got so drunk that we passed out in the car. And one of the guys was still awake, and he decided to go and he went around the neighborhood, like in people's backyards, and he was like on a rampage collecting hoses and like little figures from the
What?
lawn and like lights and
Like lawn furniture.
lawn furniture.
He owns an antique store now, by the way.
Yeah.
And he
With an abundance of lawn furniture.
okay, so I'll read a little from that
He
part.
owns Burke's.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. An excerpt.
We didn't think too hard about the fact that we drink 8 16-ounce malt liquor beers each in 2 hours with no dinner. And what do 3 teenagers do after drinking that much beer in so little time? Throw up, that's right, or pass out, or both, or do what Johnson did. Blaine and I didn't throw up for some reason, but we did pass out. We passed out while sitting upright in the cab of my truck. Johnson was in the bed of the truck like a caged animal, which was enclosed by the fiberglass shell. For him to speak with us, he would have to stick his head up in the frame of the little sliding window. It was an uncomfortable little place with only a dirty carpet back there for him. Anyway, he left his den while we were asleep, and he went off to pillage and destroy. Pillage and destroy what? We didn't know yet, and we wouldn't find out until the next morning. All I could remember from that night after we drank the beer was the following conversation. I heard Johnson yelling, "Hey, we got to get out of here now! We got to go, man! Hurry!" He was on low volume, though. The station wasn't coming in clear because I was too groggy and sleepy. I was starting to come around a little bit. I mumbled, "What?" He goes, "Let's go! Come on, man, let's go!" "But why?" I asked him. "I'm tired. I can't see." I finally sat up and was horrified to see that all my vision was rolling upward at 1,000 frames per second. I vaguely, blurredly saw Johnson to my right in the little window yelling and pushing me back and forth. The scenery was flying up frantically fast. I had the spins, but these were not the usual horizontal ones. These were vertical. I told Johnson, "I can't drive. I can't even see. Why? Why do we have to go?" The last thing he said was, "Put it this way, man. If we don't leave now, we're going to get busted by the cops. So let's go!" I go, "Okay, if you put it that way." I peeled the hell out of there. And I don't remember anything else until I woke up the next morning. Blaine was on the floor next to me, and I was in my bed. It was 12:30 p.m. We had the worst hangovers ever, and my head throbbed horribly. He got off the floor, and I got out of my bed. We could barely walk, bent over, both of us with gigantic pulsating headaches, poisoned by alcohol. With every step we took, it was like pounding nails into our brains. We both felt like we were on the verge of barfing every second. Then we looked at each other at the same time, thinking, "Oh my God, where's Johnson?"